it over since the 90s. So this is the Bhagavad Gita section. This is Jadurani. You know, at the beginning, what did my sons and the sons of Pandu do? So he's getting completely agitated by hearing what happened, how Krishna is being victorious. Wherever there's Krishna and Arjuna, there'll always be victory, power, mystic powers. And then this is Arjuna, who's quite confused too. And then said, my mouth is drying up, my limbs are shivering, my hairs are standing on end, I can't fight anymore, my Bhogandiva is falling from my hands. And then these horses are ready to go, and just waiting to get their order to go. And then this is Vyasadeva giving Divya Drishti, or transcendental vision to, can you all see? To Sanjaya. And that's how Sanjaya is able to speak to Dhritarashtra here until what's happening 90 miles away on the battlefield. And Hanuman is serving too. This is Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and he was told by his Gurudev, Vipina Bahari, to write, what's the name of the book?
That was Swarup Damodar.
What?
Swarup Damodar.
So this is Swarup Damodar appearing to him in a trance and giving him the power to write. And so,
can we ask, like, how long does it take you? How long would it take you to gain something?
sometimes a month, sometimes 2 months. Yeah.
And how do you,
Sometimes 10 years.
like, how do you know what to paint? Is that a weird question to ask?
Well, I know I wanted to paint this scene.
Okay, but like, what happens to you when you like want to paint a scene? Do you, how does it translate?
Well, no, I don't have a vision. I pray that the vision will be sent by Prabhupada. And it was Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj who told me to do these, because he, just like Prabhupada has his Bhagavad Gita, which is basically the commentaries of Baladeva Vijayabhusam Prabhu with a little bit of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Whereas Srila Narayan Goswami Maharaj is mostly Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, so it's like a sequel to Prabhupada's Gita. He said, my books are complementary and supplementary to Prabhupada's. So I would start with any sketches and then show him, and he would say, no, not like that, make it more like that. So I wanted to make it different from the one I did for Prabhupada's Gita. In Prabhupada's Gita, you may remember, Dhritarashtra is sitting here, Sanjaya is sitting there, and then there's a little, like a bubble in his heart is coming out. So to make it different, I made it, the whole scene was the subject of his talk. And Prabhupada said that Sanjaya, or any pure devotee, has a TV in his heart, the spiritual sky. That's happening. Yeah. And yeah. So yeah. So right here, might as well go in a row.
Yeah.
These are 2 books that were written by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. One is Prem, and if you want any, we have them in our boutique. One is Prem Samput, where Krishna disguises as a demigoddess who heard Krishna's flute and came down from heaven. It's all a lie, of course. And he watched the rasa dance, and then he watched how Krishna left everybody for Radharani, was decorating her, and then how he left her, and how mean he is, and why do you have to love such a to watch you like that? You're much too qualified for him. And she said, well, actually, if somebody blasphemes one's beloved, he would reject that person, right? So, like if somebody said, your baby is this, that, and the other thing. You wouldn't want to associate with me anymore. But she said, but I don't know, it's a strange thing. I'm attracted to you like I am to Krishna. So if you stay here and be my Saki, I'll tell you, I'll open up the love locket in my heart and tell you all my secrets. And they're amazing secrets, so I hope that you can take one with you. And this is another book of his called Chamatkar Chandrika, which means moonbeams of astonishment. So there are 4 astonishing pastimes in there. This one is when Krishna disguises himself as a female singer. And then he fabricated a whole story about that too. And this Lord Nrsimhadev came to protect us. Oh, let's go over there then. Okay. Then here we are. I think you all know Sevakunj painting, right? So this is not the original, but the original is in Vrindavan, in our Rupsanath and Gaudiya Math. Big, like 3 feet by 5 feet. And they get everything that a deity gets. Waking up, putting to rest, artis, prashadam, like that.
They offer art to the painting.
Yeah.
Amazing. Beautiful.
And they were installed also, so there's a sort of at the end. And this is 3 originals that I did for, and you can get close if you like, and you can see the nice brush stroke and feel the nice texture. So these are 3 paintings for Jayadev Goswami's Gita Govinda, which Syamarani Goswami Maharaj translated into Hindi, then his disciples translated into English. And so this, we'll talk about how much time this took. This took 11 years, but it wasn't constant. It was like I dropped a few years and then I dropped a few months. This is the latest one that I did, and if you look close, you can see all the details. That's a very nice story because now Sankirtan is all over the world by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. But who's the original Sankirtan leader is Srimati Radhika. So she was in the Kunj with Krishna, but she wanted to organize a Sankirtan performance. And so she left him in the Kunj with a few manjaris, maidservants of hers. And then he felt lonely in there, so he came out and they set him at her feet. Then they started singing, dancing, playing musical instruments. And then she got tired, Radharani got tired. She sat down and she noticed her golden waist belt was missing. So with her eyes, not with her words, with her eyes she told Rati Manjari, who's there by her elbow crease,
She's
by her,
putting on the belt.
she's putting on a belt. And so with her eyes she told her that please go and get my belt, which I left in the Kunj. Otherwise, if the Sakis notice, they'll all laugh and joke with me. So the only person who knew what was going on is that one on the other side of Radharani's face, about the same level, that's Rupa Manjari. And she knows every glance or every indication that Radharani's giving without any words. So she knows what's going on, but everyone else just continues dancing and singing. And then Rati Manjari, because everything has its origin in the absolute, including lies. So she stood up and said, I'm just going to get some flowers. And she went in and found the belt and put it on in such a way that, so this is the purport of the 3rd verse of the Lapa Kusmanjali, which you probably heard of. It's the prayers for service to Radharani by Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. And
what inspired you to paint this?
What inspired me to paint it is, let me see. Well, I knew we would be publishing the book. Just like Prabhupada has the arm called BBT, so Srila Narayan Goswami Maharaj has the arm called GVP, and he wanted to kind of mimic, like following in Prabhupada's footsteps. So it's Gaudiya Vedanta Publications. So,
To the left?
huh?
To the left?
To the left.
But he asked why
We
she
already did the
painted.
left.
Oh, you did the left? Oh,
We did the left.
He was asking why you painted.
Oh, why'd you paint?
Why? Why? Because I knew we were doing the
The
book,
book course.
so I wanted to do a painting that would fit the book.
And how did you? I mean, is it just from practice from all of these that then the inspiration comes now without?
No, it came because, well, he always wanted me to do paintings for his books as following in the footsteps of Srila Prabhupada. And so, yeah. And then so he gave me a verse. Well, I knew the verse. The verse is the third verse of the Balabhas Manjari, which is, O Rati Manjari, you are the most fortunate girl in this town of Braj, because it was you who Radharani ordered to get her golden belt from the Kunj. And then you wonder why it says O Rati Manjari, because Raghunath Das Goswami is Rati Manjari in her Gopi form, because as you know, everybody has a form in Mahaprabhu Lila and Krishna Lila. So he explained that this verse wasn't written by Raghunath Das Goswami, even though the rest of the book was. It was actually spoken by Rupa Goswami, or Rupa Manjari, to give a blessing to Rati Manjari or Raghunath Das Goswami, that you can write, and whatever you write will be successful. So, you know, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, the whole thing is written by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. But this one verse in the 4th chapter, which is Anarpita Charing Charad Karunayavatiranam Kalo, where it's, that verse, which is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, to give what no other incarnation or acharya ever gave before. But it's not ever gave before, it's ever gave before in this day of Brahma. But in the previous day of Brahma, Mahaprabhu came. He comes once in a day of Brahma, as you know. So, he came to give what no other incarnation or acharya gave before, and that is the beautiful mellow of conjugal love, which means, but his contribution is not that he's teaching how to become a gopi like Lalita, Vishaka, Chitra, and so on, because the conditioned soul can never become a gopi like that, because then what would be the sadhana, embracing, kissing? But what he gave is, which is coming down in the line of Rupa Goswami, particularly coming in the line of, well now, more recently in the line of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. But the line of Rupa Goswami is to become Rupa Nuga, or to become the maidservant of Srimati Radhika. Because there's definitely a sadhana for that, following our Goswamis. So then here, this is an original made by my godbrother in Germany, Hari Namananda, and he just sent it to us. What? Let's go. Where?
Nanda Baba?
Yeah. Before Nanda Baba, we have Viswanath Chakravarti Thakur, who wrote he was the main one who wrote the commentary on the Gita that Gurudev published in pursuance of Prabhupada's desire. Prabhupada ordered him. They were friends since 1946, the year before my birth. And so they were great friends. And then in 1977, just a day or two before Prabhupada left the vision of the world, not left the world as we know, otherwise you guys wouldn't be here, but left the vision of the world, he requested him to take care of, to continue his mission and take care of his disciples. And he said, yes, I will do that to my very last breath. And these two are prints of bas reliefs that me and my team did at the Giridhari Gaudiya Math in Govardhan, of the Govardhan pastimes of Krishna. Like here, Krishna is taxing the gopis, and his friends are saying, yeah, pay up. And then they finally got tired of all the harassment, and so they made a conspiracy that the next time Krishna comes, most of us, thousands of gopis, are going to be hiding in the kunjas. And so Krishna is going to think, well, there's just a few of them. So he's brazenly demanding some tax. And so the gopis, they grab Krishna from different sides and put on a sari on him and a pot on his head. And then Lalita throws a rock at the pot, and the yogurt spills all over Krishna, and everybody claps. And then Krishna likes that the most, because whenever Krishna gets defeated, he's the one who's the most happy about it. And then this was originally done by my god sister, Gauri Dasi, for Prabhupada. You probably recognize it. Am I talking too fast?
No.
I'm just practicing
Oh,
the
here?
time. So, the Gundicha temple, Marjana. And this is for the 10th canto. You must have recognized it, you must have seen it. I forget which volume it's in. So this is Nanda Baba. He takes bath too early in the morning on Ekadasi, or to break the Ekadasi, but it's too early in the morning. And so the servants of Varuna arrest him and bring him down to Varuna's palace under the water. So everybody tells Krishna and Balaram, they immediately come down to the Jamuna, where Varuna glorifies Krishna. You probably read about it in the Krishna book, that now my life is successful, and I'm seeing the personality of Godhead. Here, take your father. I'm sorry my servants were so foolish as to arrest him. So that's what's happening here. And then this is a very old one, when you all were probably in your last devotee body. This is 1969,
Wow.
which I did for the Detroit temple. And somehow it came back to us.
This is original.
So,
Wow.
and you can see the difference in styles.
Yeah.
More simplistic. And Prabhupada actually gave me this picture to copy. This is the picture that was on his record album cover that had Govinda Maya Purisham. And several of Prabhupada's, well, I'm not sure it had that, but it has several of Prabhupada's bhajans. Like, I forget which ones. 6 Goswami Astakam. And then this is a more recent one, 2006 or so. Obviously, Dhammadhamma. And the elderly gopi in the back is saying, oh, Yasore, I don't know if it's written on your forehead that you're going to bind your son today, all the groups. And then she said, if I have to fast for a long time, I'm going to bind my son. He's my son, and if I don't do so, he'll grow up to be a bad person. Now here we have, here we have Nema and the snake. You all know that story. The snake is actually Anantashesh, and he's playing with Nema.
That makes sense behind it, freaking out, yeah, fair enough.
And this is for Chaitanya Charitamrita, another original of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu converting the light bodies, headed by Prakashananda Saraswati. As you know, this and these are a bunch of G clays, we sell G clays, which are practically like the paintings.
Wow.
Oops. And then
All the line drawings. Those are all original line
yeah,
drawings.
these are all original line drawings for several of them are for the bas reliefs. We had to do the line drawings first so that the sculptors who were making the Bengali group were making the putting on the wall on the three-dimensionality. that they were willing to do. And so some of them are for the bas reliefs, like that one we saw in the window.
Yeah.
And that's
That one too.
Krishna with the Govardhan.
Oh wow.
That's the Govardhan Anuput ceremony. Hanuman wanted that all the rocks should make a bridge, and there was an error voice saying we have enough, you can put we have enough down. So he put Hanuman down, he put Govardhan down, and Govardhan was upset. But then Hanuman said, an error voice came and said, don't worry, when I come as Krishna, then Krishna will take on you. And these ones here are all for the Gita Govinda drawings. You can see the one in the temple room. So that one became painting. This one became painting.
For all your paintings, do you do like this first and then you fill it in? Or will you paint directly? Never paint. Oh, sorry, I don't paint at all, so.
Well, I'll show you right outside the exact process.
Secret.
Do you want to do it right here in this book?
You can show from your book.
Oh, I can show you from my.
This is a coffee table image. Heard of book? Bhakti Art Illuminations?
Yeah, of course.
So this is,
Who hasn't?
this is all everything
Everything's in there.
here. And the first copy went to Prime Minister Modi.
अरे मोदी जी
Yeah.
देखो मालूम आता कीजिए
And the president, Kovind, and the minister
Culture.
of culture.
Syamarani.
So it starts like this.
Oh
Like
wow.
I knew that, I learned in a book 20 years ago that the way Disney starts is by emotion. So I knew this was going to be very explosive, like a pinwheel dancing, and so that's how I started. And then a little more structured. And then this is called a thumbnail sketch. It's really the size of 2 inches. A thumbnail sketch, and then making the thumbnail sketch into a tone sketch. And then the tone sketch, then we also made a rough sketch, like we looked up many of those Bharatanatyam dancers and Dasi dancers, and then made a quick sketch of everybody in the world. And then got more details. And then this, we put a piece of tracing paper over that, and then we made tones. And the tones should say the same thing as before. That's why you keep all these sketches. And then this is a color sketch, which is a piece of tracing paper put over the tone sketch, and then the colors would match the tones. Like if something is dark, you're not going to make it light in the same place.
And is that done with colored pencil? Is the color sketch
Well, this
done?
was actually done with some kind of temper paint
Oh,
on
Two more
tracing
friends.
paper.
Yeah, 2 more friends from
hi.
Brooklyn.
Wow, welcome. And then it starts with the painting getting more of the details. And then it went on after that. That's it.
When you're painting all like windows to the spiritual world for us, who I'm not a painter or artist, but how do
You
you?
are in your own way.
No, sure. Stick figures are strong.
Actually, Prabhupada did one drawing of stick figures.
Did he?
It was Krishna's birth. Maybe you saw in the Krishna book. Krishna's birth, and they're having fire sacrifice. And Nanda Baba was doing the fire sacrifice because of Krishna's birth. And there are coward boys carrying, those sticks with the
The things on either side.
on either side.
Yeah.
So Prabhupada did a stick figure drawing of that.
How you go?
And told us to develop.
I take back my critique of stick figures. But I guess my question is, how do you? It seems like there's, of course, the artistic ability mixed with what's the spiritual side that spiritual magic, the Krishna magic piece of
The
this.
Krishna magic is that the power is not coming from me, it's coming from our Guru Varga, Prabhupada, and then also from Sri Gurudev, Syamarani Goswami Maharaj. Like Prabhupada said, okay, the second artist came, Murli, in 66 or 67, and I joined in 66. So I was Prabhupada's first artist. And then Murlidhar came, and he said, how can I paint like Jadurani? So Prabhupada said, I have taught her how to paint. And then he pretended to paint in the air. And Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So I taught her how to paint by chanting. And then, say, 10 years later, he said, in the beginning she could not paint, but by Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smarana, the talent came out. And then I asked Syamarani Maharaj, I seem like I'm painting in the dark. I never know what stroke to make next. Like I do a stroke, and then I kind of look around, there's nobody there. Look around, okay, who's going to make the next one? There's nobody there. All right. So anyway, I feel like I'm painting in the dark. He said, I'll then paint by my light. In other words, so it's our Guru Varga's light that.
Gotcha.
That was the magic.
And may I ask then, you know, as the presence, as you said, Prabhupada's vision that is not for us to see, but as you have less of that direct, how does that inspiration, or how does the Guru Varga translate for you as you're painting now in that type of a way? If you had like direct instruction from Prabhupada, from Syamarani Maharaj,
Right.
in their absence or physical absence, how do you?
Well, the last painting I did, which is this one, I started in 2010,
Gotcha.
and I didn't do any after that. So this one,
This is the last one.
yeah, so
Do you ever feel the pull to paint
No.
more? Okay.
this is absolutely too hard. I tried to get out of it a couple of times, so I wrote to Prabhupada because I loved book distribution. Because, you get your result really quickly and you get good, it's a lot of good results. So he said, no, you can go out on book distribution sometimes because even in spiritual life, variety makes one more fit for work. But your specific talent is painting, so keep painting. And I'm so glad I did because, we wrote so many letters to him. Like, what does this look like? What does that look like? And so we got so much reciprocation just by the letters. And then whenever he came to visit the temple, we always got to show him stuff. And if anybody wants this one, this is my experiences with Srila Prabhupada. It has about 500 or 600 photos and paintings and about 90 letters from him. Sometimes to me, and sometimes to me, and sometimes to the whole art department. And sometimes we would do so many paintings at the same time because everything was a marathon rush for Prabhupada. Oh yeah, he gave me this photo, and I said, gee, you look so sad there, Prabhupada. It was his passport photo.
No.
They are Polaroid, so everything, all the shadows are stark. I said, you look so sad there, Prabhupada. He said, no, that was a moment of ecstasy.
Amazing.
Yes, there's so many questions and answers there. So if anybody wants one of those, just hold it.
And what's your hope for the future of kind of Gaudiya art, or how should it
Well,
continue?
I mean, it's continuing.
Is it?
Yeah, you just go on the internet.
Well, fair enough. AI is doing half of it now,
AI is
unfortunately.
doing half of it, and you can tell.
It's really, yeah.
It's weird sometimes.
Yeah, very weird.
But also, like, after my first generation, then the Russians came. And they really surpassed me by far in realism and beauty and things. And so, it just keeps going. They have hundreds of paintings as well, the Russians. In fact, I have some of the Russian, see, this book is most of my
You're
paintings.
so good because you were sent there in '91 to train them.
Yeah.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so there's also one of each of my godbrothers and god sisters, one painting of theirs. And then the next generation, let's stay with my first generation. Yeah, this comes to the next generation of American and Russian
Wow.
and other artists. You see this little one?
It's
Amazing.
Italy, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And then the GVP, which is the Syamarani or Syamarani marriage, we have one of those as well. And then what do we have? I guess that's it. And this one is, it's not an original, it's one of those G clays. And this is Vasanti's favorite.
Yeah.
Do you recognize that? This is Devahudi, the wife of Cardamomuni. And for years, she did great austerities, serving under him, not even washing her hair. And so now it was time to get kids. So he dipped her in this lake, a very spiritual, magical lake. And then all of a sudden there's 1,000 maidservants to bathe her and decorate her, ornament her. Yeah, so that's what's happening there. And I guess that's it for the tour.
Whoa.
Any other questions?
I have 1,000 more questions, but does anyone else have
That we can
questions?
do. Well, if you like, well, what time is it?
5:20.
Now, what time do you have to leave?
Soon.
All right, so how about if we double up and do prashad and Q&A at the same time? So, can you put out the mats?
Yeah.
This is a good place, right?